Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's been a few weeks since we posted a video. We've been real busy around here doing a lot of restructuring in businesses and just reorganizing the place, as you can tell. If you saw the last couple videos, we've been working on the old C10 right there. It has now front suspension off of a 2017 Silverado. We did a steering setup on it, so all that's working great now. The rear suspension, I've been having a lot of different ideas about, which I like your input on, and haven't quite decided yet. But back here we have a 4-link setup on the stock 12-bolt truck differential there. Few options. I want to get disc brakes. Well, I could buy the setup online, or we can make our own disc brake setup. All we need is brackets to go to a caliper and a disc. I've been looking at different things. I found out that the early 2000s Grand Cherokee it's 5x5, so it'll fit on those axles, but I'd be running the front calipers off of it, which are dual piston calipers, which that'll be plenty of braking for this thing. Or instead of the Grand Cherokee setup, we get a rear diff off of a 2017 to match the front. The only issue with that is, as you can probably tell with the front, the hub is way out here, which is fine for up there because, you know, it fits in the fender, and I'm gonna be ended up running skinnies up here anyways. But the rear, the hub will be out here as well, which finding offset wheels to, you know, have way positive offset but have it deep in here might be a challenge. Another option is I've been seeing complete subframes off of a 5th gen Camaro, which would be pretty awesome, but that'd be a lot more challenges than I think it's worth, but it'd be pretty cool. So that's the rear section. I'd love to have your input on that. The next thing is engine. As you know, I've been building the Frankenstein engine, which is basically the 5.3 LS that I've been building out of just whatever I've had. Has a 6.2 cam in it, 6.2 valve train, everything like that. And then the expensive engine, which, you know, I'm not going to be cheap on that, so that's kind of been in the back burner. But there's been a new development since my dad is retiring from the nursery business. The C10 might have its old engine back. Old Greenie has the old 4.8 that I built years ago, and it runs, drives. We just put it back in there for now, and that'd be the easiest option to make that thing running and driving.
And button up all the other stuff that needs to be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the Frankenstein engine is not completely done yet. And yeah, the old Greenie back there has everything to make this thing running again. ECU, harness, everything.
I just hope we'll be able to steer.
Well,
all that stuff is what you're gonna have to figure out.
It's just a manual rack right now.
Oh, so, my goodness, yeah.
So it'll work for now.
Yeah, it turns.
Yeah. I mean, I probably drove this thing a whole year without power steering anyways. But yeah, there's all the options for this thing right now. I'd love to hear your input on the rear differential stuff. Keep it stock, but with rear disc, and put a locker in it, put the Silverado diff in it, or do something wild like IRS setup out of a 5th gen Camaro. Just let me know in the comments there, like, subscribe, everything like that. But the video's not over yet. I'm gonna do some cleaning up on this thing. As you can tell, this front section is a mess, all greasy and everything. And this thing just has so much dirt built on it from years and years in the desert. But one thing that kind of bothers me is in here. As you can tell, there is a lot of debris in here, which it can come down and build up in here, and I don't need that. It causes rust. And another thing is in here, my idea is to just cap these off, and that goes right into where I was talking about. So how we're going to cap these off is welded, obviously, just weld a plate here, but down in there there's going to be that same debris, and I don't want fires or anything. So what I'm going to do is basically just cut some holes down in here and just wash everything out as best as I can. Yeah, so that's enough talking. I'm gonna get to work right now, and let me know in the comments what you guys think, okay? Now I'm gonna get to work and clean this thing up. All right, guys, when it comes to opening this part up, my original idea was to drill out the spot welds, pull this entire part down, and then cut it. But kind of don't have all the time in the world today, so what I'm gonna do is put some holes in here, and that should be enough to get everything out of this. I'm basically just going to do a Christmas tree bit, put a few holes, and then I can start cleaning this thing up. This thing is a complete mess, as I said. Just dirt everywhere, grease, grime, everything. And I really want to get this thing cleaned up before we do a lot more work on it, so I'm going to get to work. Alright, guys, made some holes. As you can tell, there's a bunch of debris up in there. Almost had a fire. I'm just doing that, so I'm glad I'm doing this right now. There's that side. Yeah, now I'm just going to spray some degreaser all over this. Actually, I think I'm going to take a wire wheel, clean this up right quick, because I do have one of the block off plates for this. And yeah, just cleaning this thing up. I'm going to push it out from underneath the bed right here too, so I clean up the rear diff. As you can tell, that is an absolute disaster back here. Another thing about this rear diff, why I do want to change it out or just rebuild it, is this has been leaking since I've had the truck, just never fixed it. And yeah. Well, alright guys, let's get to cleaning. Alright guys, just put some degreaser on it. Ran out of degreaser, had to resort to oven cleaner, but it just works the same. Got some on the rear diff and the front here. I'm just going to let this sit for a little bit, then I'll spray it off with the power washer. Alright guys, just finished up cleaning this up. As you can tell, it's a lot cleaner. The oven cleaner is a lot stronger than you might think. It strips paint, as you can tell, which isn't a terrible thing because now we don't have to worry about taking paint off in order to weld. So that's all cleaned up. I did run out of both degreaser and oven cleaner, so I might have to do the rear again, but that's a lot cleaner than it was. One good thing about this front end is it did come with a sway bar, so we're gonna have to weld that up. And I'd ordered weld-on engine mounts, so we could basically, we're gonna cut these off, and then we could basically place the engine wherever we want it. I want it as far back as possible, help out with weight distribution. Yeah, my dad did mention the electric steering rack, which I wish it was as easy as the Frankenbuggy one, but it being newer, there's a lot more CAN bus computers that talk to it. Here's a wiring diagram of the one that's on Frankenbuggy. As you can tell, there's only 2 data connections there, and that's what the controller on that talks to. On this one, there is 9 wires in total. 8 of those is serial data. So there is so much more CAN bus talking to the steering rack than the one that's on Frankenbuggy. I don't know if I could get like a Raspberry Pi computer set up to play with it a little bit. I don't know. If anyone has ideas on how to do that, let me know in the comments. I did talk to a company that retrofits steering racks into cars. They had so many different options when it comes to electric steering, but they don't have this one. I emailed them. They were like, well, I need one that works in order to make a computer system that to operate everything. And I'm like, well, I can't help you there. That's all I have. So I don't know if I'll be able to figure that out. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, a manual rack is perfectly fine, especially when you have pizza cutters up front. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more. There's going to be a lot more videos coming up soon on this. And another thing is we are now an independent AMSOIL dealer. So all the links for that is in the description below. And pretty soon, if you guys remember John with the F-150 project, we're going to be making a little video about AMSOIL coming soon on that. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what you guys think about my ideas for the C10 in the comments. And remember to like and subscribe. There's going to be a lot more videos coming up. Thank you.